Okay, so the cool thing we got going on right here is we got this crime net button. I know that people of you on console don't have this button yet, but this button is awesome. You can pick your map, and it takes directly over here from your offshore account. Now, I've already destroyed more than half my offshore account doing this. Thankfully, not on this map. I hope to get it done in this first attempt. But I owe you guys a solo stealth walkthrough of Big Oil. Now, day one is much like Firestarter day one. You can technically solo stealth it, but it will take you a ridiculously long amount of time for no bonus. And it wasn't meant to be stealthed. That being said, I'm just going to show you what I do to try and get as many of the materials as I possibly can out of this map quickly. Maybe even show you where some of the spawns are.
Yeah, they're ready for us.
There we go. So once again, got myself in low visibility. Probably the best way to do most things.
I know you will give them one.
You know, being seen quicker, kinda bad. Suggestion for this map is to always bring a silenced weapon. You're probably not going to kill anybody with a silenced weapon, but you got these cool fences right here that are sometimes electrified. And I still don't know how to check. But if they are electrified, and you have a silenced gun, you'll spray bullets into the floor and not piss people off. If they aren't, well, you can go through or over. Choices are yours. Spawn points are there, over there, with another hole in the fence right there, and on the far side, which is a colossal pain in the ass, because if the fence is electrified, well, getting around not so easy. So there's two sheds in this map. Shed number 1, shed number 2 is on the far side of the house. Inside of these sheds, you can occasionally get here, and here, weapon spawns. 140,000 apiece, not a bad idea. These poles all around the map are holding cameras. So once again, with low visibility or ECMs, not really a big deal. But the bikers inside like to stand in windows and stare. Their day jobs must just be boring as hell. Alright, so what you can do is kind of run a little bit of a gauntlet through these cameras, depending on where they spawn. Usually on the poles, sometimes you get them on the outside of the house. If you swing around right here though, you can take a look into the basement. Sometimes right there you can get another weapon spawn. You get one right there as well. And inside are, if I don't miss my guess, 8 ATMs. There's an achievement for getting all of them. If you have ECMs, well, if you're on a loan, you can get at least 2. If you don't have the money perk like I don't, then you'll get 22,000 apiece. 44 grand is okay if you really want to go down here. Seeing as it's not too hard to get here, why the hell not? You can come in, you know, there's some planks. I've never had to plank this map. You can look for different things at guns, you know, drop an ECM jammer on any of these, or if you've got a saw, see if you can rip through all of them before the cops destroy you. I wouldn't necessarily suggest doing that alone. But you get some bikers down here. Some of the safe spawns are in there. There's one in the back left-hand corner, one up front on the right. That's the other little hut that houses guns. Exact same spawns as the far side. I'd walk over and show you, but that'll just lengthen the video for no reason. So there's a couple entrances to the house. There's this front door. There's a back door right here. And then over here, there's this side door. I really wish you could use this ladder. I don't understand why it's there if you can't, but whatever. I usually go in through this door. You've got a room right here. Bikers in it, some intel. Around the corner, there's the stairs just on the side of this wall. You go up. There's more intel right there. And then outside on the balcony, which is over there, there's more intel. So usually what I do is I get as close as I can to this intel, sometimes even getting this intel before getting seen. I run upstairs, I spray bullets, I try not to take freaking planks. If you're soloing, for the love of God, don't die. The AI will not get to you in time. So there's safe spawns out here on the corners and in here. There weren't any, so we'll not worry about that. The safe is obviously inside. I got all of the intel. One of them was a key card. That's very, very important for soloing if you screw up, but the spawns are random, so it's not always here.
Check for the safe guys. Gotta be there somewhere.
Yeah. This is why maybe sometimes not such a bad idea to bring armor with you. My lights just flickered for the thunder that is hitting really, really close. So hope I don't lose this video. Here's another one of the spawns. There's one in each corner of this room, one in the kitchen, two in the basement, some upstairs in the corners of that room and the deck up top, as well as a rare spawn in the camera room upstairs. They're really not that hard to check. Just look in corners everywhere if you can. I will show you some of them on the way out. Just the ones that are downstairs. I'm not going to go back up with this low health. There's one in particular I want to show you guys because it doesn't always spawn there, but when it does, we always forget about that spawn. It screwed us over a few times. Let's see if you can get through this. Once again, if you've got C4, blowing this puppy way, way quicker. Lockpicking, though, way better than waiting for a drill. So you'll grab the address for the next mission. There's a spawn there, and the one that we always forget is right here. Oh god, there's too many guys already. Yeah. So if you take too long to get the hell out, then you really can find yourself in quite a bit of trouble. But only when soloing. This map with friends, super, super easy. Unless your friends are super, super stupid and run into electrical fences. I'm not pointing fingers, guys, but come on. Anyway, that's day one. Very, very simple. If you just want to go straight for the address, it's great. You can just leave right away. Alright. So the other thing I will show you as soon as day one finishes is what the intels you could possibly get were. Now, right here, if you've taken too long on day one, there's a good chance you'll get an escape phase. I didn't, but if you take too much longer than I did, it can happen. Kind of annoying alone. As soon as Bane stops flapping his lips.
No surprise the security's gonna be real tight, so we'll airdrop in instead of driving. Quiet and deadly.
Okay.
And I'll have it flown out.
Bane, shut up. Alright, so what we've got here is you can get, I want to say 7 pieces of intel. So I actually got the 3 best pieces of intel you can get on one run. I've never had that happen before, so once again, I hope the power doesn't go out so that I can show this off. Oh god. Okay, so we got shutter codes. Normally ineffective. There's some shutter boxes upstairs you can flick to stop people from shooting at you. They almost never shoot from out there anyway. Doesn't matter. However, at the back of the house, and I'll try and show you where this is while we clear, there's a shutter box you can hit that shuts off the entire back of the house with shutters. Super, super effective for stopping cop spawns. We have had them walk through it before, but only right on the sides where they should have been able to go around anyway. So it's not as much of a big deal. It's really, really helpful for stopping spawns if you screw up. The airplane keys let you leave with the airplane right by where you spawn after he's got the proper engine. This is great because you don't have to wait for him to come back after he screams his Dr. Fantastic crap for you getting the engine right. You can just get the hell out, which will save you lots of time because the end of the map is unstealthable. I'm not saying I couldn't do it. I'm saying that at a certain point the alarm goes off even though there's nobody left on the map. We've tried ECMing it. There's nothing you can do, but you only have to fight like 3 cops. Keycard, also really helpful. There are 3 locked doors in this next map that you have to pop. Now, if you have the ECM thing for doors, it's great. You can get 2 of them. But you're still running a gambit because you don't know where that last one is. So if you want to ECM these doors, and you get 2 of them wrong, you're then going to have to drill. Now, the good news is this is just like Framing Frame Day 3. There's the exact amount of guards that you can actually just take everybody out. But you have to be careful because, unlike Framing Frame, there is a civilian in this map. Which means if guns go loud, he's going to call the cops. Also, unlike Framing Frame, there are 4 cameras instead of 3. So look out for that. Anyway, those are the best spawns. The other spawns you can get don't do anything. They're guard intel, which is literally just a picture of the guards. The blueprints of the map, which is the blueprints of the map. The map's not very big. Doctor intel, which is a picture of the scientist. And fusion research, which is a picture of his research that never changes, so it doesn't actually tell you anything about the engine. Anyway, the other things you can pick up is Alex's ammo drop, which I suggest because money is plentiful if you're running these maps like I've been saying. There's no reason not to buy it. He can screw it up a lot and drop ammo in the trees, or he can scatter it all around the ground for you. Could be helpful, could be useless, it's not much. Extra helicopter fuel, it allows the helicopter to stay in the air longer. I get it anyway, because it lets him come back and forth if you screw up, but if you're soloing this, not so useful, because if you screw up, you're dead. And the camera feed, not that useful when you're alone. If you have friends, really, really great. They can run over and check it for you, however, all it really does is show you where the 4 cameras are, and occasionally remind you that there are guards upstairs. I usually suggest bringing a combined tactical vest if you can, because you can kill all the guards. Chances are stealth is less of a deal for you, and more of a survivability factor, even if it's just for the end of the map, or if anything goes wrong. It's nice to have. I'll probably not bring it this time, because, once again, I'm soloing, and this is a video to show you guys stealth. If I screw it up, the video never sees the light of day, and everything I've just said has been a colossal waste of time. But we'll ready up and hit this map. So a couple things to remember. When you spawn, if you got the keycard, it will be on the ground in front of you. Don't forget it. You can look around and see how Alex's ammo drop went. There's ammo in the tree, so Alex screwed up. There's ammo up here. I think you can get to that one, and there's some down here that I know you can get to. So at least you have a little bit of ammo, and this is actually the spot that I like to hold if anything goes wrong, so it's nearby. Just remember, enemies do spawn there if things go south. Never have to worry about the AI. They will not get you caught. They're incapable of getting you caught.
All right. Get on your knees.
See,
Handcuff yourself.
cuffing your first guard is nice, because then you can just kill all the other ones you meet. The problem with cuffing a guard, of course, is now there's evidence. So if another guard patrols out here before I finish the map, I'm going to be in a lot of trouble. Which makes killing him an excellent choice if he's there, because guards do patrol that route, but, I'm going to go for it. You can have camera spawns up there, over there, I think, there, and there. Luckily, I didn't get any. This allows me to walk right in the back door without being seen. Drop that keycard in. Oh, good. We found the server room right away. I'll show you where the other doors are later, but for now, if it's in here, you want to set that guy up. 200 seconds, so you got lots and lots of time to figure out what you're doing. There are still 4 guards on map. And as I said before, I've got a man tied down, so I need to be cautious about where they are in comparison to him. One of the intel spawns is here. There's nothing here right now, so I know nothing about the engine that I need. There's an intel spawn here. Once again, nothing there. I don't suggest traversing this room. If you do that on your own, it's super, super dangerous because it's very, very open. Go back around here. Take a look around for guards. Still not seeing anybody. So unfortunately, they're all probably upstairs. There are a couple of patrol routes right through where I am, and as with the other maps, you can use broken cameras to draw guards in with their radios. There's camera spawn right there. Nobody in right now. Camera spawn up there. Also doesn't look like there's anybody. Intel spawn right there, but once again, I'm just really not having a lot of luck. The reason you may want to kill all the guards... Oh. There's one of the boxes. If you screw up, they'll try and turn the power off there. The reason you might want to kill all the guards is, quite simply, when that door opens, if they walk over and see that door, they'll immediately sound the alarm. It's very, very annoying. However, it's not a prerequisite to kill all the guards, because as I said, the end of the map will always go in their favor anyway. So, if you just want to get in and get the hell out, that choice is really yours. Still got that guard tied up. I'm not seeing any of the cameras or any of the easy intel spawns, which is unfortunate because it means I probably have to go upstairs, where I'm already guessing everybody else is. The good news is I found the door right away, so I have my ECMs if I just want to jam and murder. The problem is I've upgraded my ECMs, so their pagers won't go off when I murder them, and I'll have to sit around for a while. Where the hell are these guards? Oh, there's one. Take out a guard. They've upgraded silenced guns, so you can actually start spraying in these kind of situations, but melee is still the go-to. If they haven't seen you, it'll get them in one shot. If they have, it'll get them in 2 and 3, depending on your upgrades.
things.
3 guards remaining. The big joy to melee, though, is if you punch a guy, there's very, very little chance anything will go terribly, terribly wrong. I like to stash them in the server room. I know where they are. There is a little window where guards can kind of see things, but they usually don't. Alright, what are we looking at here? 3 guards left. Not a goddamn idea where they are. They do sometimes patrol the front of the house. They can walk through that room and where I just saw them. So, I'm not in a hurry because the computer's going anyway. Getting caught now sucks because they'll start screwing with you. Getting caught after the doors has the ability to be open, still doable.
It's done. Open the lab door.
Because I can just hit that door, run inside, try and find the intel, and get the hell out. Now the problem, of course, is intel spawns in the house, and I haven't found any yet. Which means I probably have some intel spawns upstairs that are active. Which unfortunately means I should probably go for it anyway, because if I get caught, who really gives a shit? I mean, I do, I'll have to remake the video, but for your case, there's no bonus for it being all in stealth. Yeah, there's one of the camera spawns as well. I kind of wanted to explore that room, but I don't want to risk the wrath of the camera. Alright, so what we got up here... Where are these guards? This is getting scary. There is a spawn for the civilian in this room. He could sometimes just be sitting at his desk. He's not here, but we have the ingredient. It's written right there. I don't know what the fuck it's called. I've been told that I mispronounce it. Ooh, my bad. My bad. Deuterium, I think. I don't know. Anyway, just know this is the one with the D, which makes it the blue tank. You'll see that downstairs after. This is another one of those doors we can go through. And there's always this little bit of jewelry right here. I don't actually think there's an intel spawn in the bedroom, but I always come through and look around anyway. Into the bathroom. This is where that other camera spawn was, but it's not here. This is one of those shutter codes. Damn, Thunder, you scary. There's another one of the cameras. Remember that there are 4. We now know where 2 are. So in here, I've never actually got a verification if there's codes in here, but I've never found any. Here's the other box. These 2 boxes are where they'll shut off the power if you screw up during the computer phase. Got the second door right here. You could ECM open. Once again, I already know where the server room is, so it'd be kind of a waste. So, going through this room, I don't know where the guards are. There's still quite a few left. There's the 3rd camera. There are 4, but now I know where 3 of them are at least. As I said before, you can break them to lure guards. This is where another intel spawn is. It's the only reason I broke it. Nothing there. That guy's gonna come check out the camera. There's a weird glitch with this map sometimes that in that room over there, guards will sometimes just congregate and chill, and they'll never leave the bloody thing. And we've had up to 3 just hang out in there. It's not common. It is relatively common to get at least 1. But to get all 3 is rare. However, because I don't know where the hell the guards are right now, I'm guessing that's what just happened. And I overrode the AI by breaking the camera and pulled one out. Let's hope that I didn't accidentally pull 2.
Wrong number.
Once again,
Wrong number.
never ever let go of whatever your pager button is when you're dealing with it. It will automatically send off the alarms. Even if someone's shooting at you, you know, you don't really have much of a choice. I'm trying to remember, we know where 3 cameras are now. I think that guy's below me. They do patrol into this room too, but seeing as there's only 2 left and I'm already kind of moving through, I'm going to stash a body in there. That way I don't have to carry it, and there's no risk of it just being found in the open. It's in one of the smaller patrol routes. Alright, so we got that camera. Oh, wow, they've really got this area cordoned off. It's probably safer to break this back camera as I have more cover to run if they start coming towards it. Breaking that front camera, they could hit that doorway by the time I get to it. So we got a guard there. And we got a guard there. Meaning that I was correct in my assumption that they're both just sitting back here. However, like I said before, you can use the cameras to draw guards out. So even if you get that weird thing where 3 of them spawn in the same little room, alright.
Are you meaning to tell me that these are not waterproof?
Alright, that takes care of 4 of the guards. There's 1 guy left standing right over there. I could probably leave him if I wanted to, because it doesn't look like he's actually capable of movement. Until, of course, I break another camera. That being said, I don't know where the last camera is. I just know that there are 4. I should probably try and find it before I find out that it's directly above him. Or something weird like that. That being said, I could just move him by breaking a camera. So, I mean, this is the safer route. I want to get over here and see him so I know where he's going. Alright, so that's 3 cameras down, 1 more on map, 4 guards down, 1 more on map, and the civilian. The math is always good. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. I threw that body in a bad spot. Good. Didn't want him to walk over and find that.
You know that.
Anyway, that takes care of all the guards and all but 1 of the cameras. I now just get to go find where that is, and then I can show off some of the things in this map. You know, just for you guys. Alright. So what we got is this cool thing right here. This is the shutter code button I was talking about before. When you press it, it lowers the entire back area. I'm not going to press it because there's no way to reverse that. This bar right here, that's where the shutters come down. They lower down for the roof, make a full cut. I don't know if any intel spawns out here. If we're really not finding anything, because it is possible to have everything spawn in the basement. I run out here and check, but I've never actually found one. There are some camera spawns, as I probably should have been pointing out, right up on top of that, and on the other side, which is the reason I was looking over there. There is a camera spawn right here as well, but I'm still not seeing any of these other cameras. So my assumption is going to be that the scientist is in the basement, because I haven't found him, and the last camera is probably out front. Yeah, there it is. So you can get a camera spawn there, I believe you can get one over here, and I know for sure you can get one underneath the door. If you're doing this with friends, be very, very careful who is taking out guards in proximity to cameras, as we've had a guard glitch out further enough to appear over where I've tied down the first one, but actually be standing directly underneath the camera at the front door. He was meleeed to death over there and immediately set off the camera. Only the host actually knew where he was. Desync is a bit of a pain in the ass, but once again, this guide is specifically for soloing. So with 4 cameras down, 5 guards out, server room found, we can look around for intel. Now you're never going to find them in these doors. You can, however, open these doors, and inside each of them is going to be about nothing. It's the same little introduction book and some shelving units, except for the one that houses the server. Now, the other bonus to killing everybody is if you finish the whole building, get rid of the guards, get rid of the cameras, you can just drill these if you don't have ECMs. It takes a while, but it's not a big deal. Shutters, of course, the regular ones, just open and close like that. To allow you a quick line of sight out, maybe a shot at the snipers that spawn on the hills, and a relock. You can get intel spawns on this table. Of course, right here we found the deuterium. And what else is upstairs? Ah yes, over here, as I said before, there's an intel spawn on that little table. And I actually think those are all the intel spawns upstairs that I've ever actually had. So they're not too hard to get to. But if we run down here, it gets a little bit trickier. There's an intel spawn on that table, intel spawn on that table, and an intel spawn on this central guy. Those are the only ones we've run into. There's like 3 for each floor. And then you can walk into here. Once again, if this is open and there are still guards patrolling, if you're with friends, leave one by the door, because guards will see the open door and sound the alarm. If not, or the building's clear, come down here.
Alright, we're in. Find the correct working fusion engine.
So the scientist can be in this room,
Figure it out.
and the scientist can, of course, be right over here. Now, kill him, tie him up, it doesn't really matter, so long as you deal with him and not just wander around and let him set off the alarms, but that should be pretty self-explanatory. Kill or tie, don't just leave him there. Alright, so first bit of information we are given is this. Stickers have been removed, these are what the cans are. So we know that helium's green, nitrogen's yellow, but we have the deuterium, it's blue. Also, the spelling is different on that than it was on the notepad. Whatever. So we know already that we're looking for a blue can. The other bits of intel can spawn over here, and it didn't. And on some of the corners of these tables, usually right like here. We're looking for another notepad. As we've already scoured the house, we merely need the last little bit of intel. Which,
Papers, notes, and computers.
you know, there's actually a chance that I missed upstairs. Nope, here it is. Alright, so that little thing right there says 3H. What that means is on this big-ass blue tank, it's got 3 nozzles and a 1 tube. We're looking for 3 tubes on a blue tank. The last tiny little bit of information we can grab, kind of important, is this guy. It's always on one of the computers downstairs, up in the top corner, 5,812 PSI. We're looking for this to be, you know, whatever. That just means 400. The symbol next to it is what it is. So arrows pointing away, we're looking for something smaller than 400, or smaller or equal to, depending on what we can get with 3 nozzles. So here's blue, this is smaller, 3 nozzles, nope, 2 nozzles. Can't be this one. That's green, yellow, couldn't be those guys. Already been over here, 1 nozzle, we already know it's not that. Alright, so it's definitely not in this room. We can wander over here, we got green, we got blue. 3, less than 400, probably this guy. Just gonna make sure though. Yellow, not it, yellow, not it. Green, not it. Ah, the last blue tank, over 500? 3, but it's high, so that's obviously not it. So what we want to do is walk over, double check everything we've learned. Alright, this is the guy.
Bring the chopper in.
Carrying engine number 9. If you have friends, send them ahead to pop the flare, because the helicopter will take a little while. If you're on your own, I suppose you can run over and pop the flare and run back. But for safety's sake, just grab the engine, drag it out to the airfield, and pop the flare. You're super slow with the engine. As far as I've been informed and am aware, this is the item that slows you down the most out of anything in the game. I think the math is half the speed of a bag of gold, but it seems a bit more than that. I might be moving a little bit faster than a lot of people if you're not playing Ghost or have Transporter Ace, as I've got every possible increase to movement that I can have. Plus I'm wearing very light armor, which means that I can get away with wandering around.
Alright, the
So we'll
chopper's
pop
on
that
its way.
flare, drop the engine over by it. Now we get to wait. When Bile gets here, the alarm will immediately go off. You can't ECM it, there's no blocking it, there's no possible way that we've yet discovered to stop the alarm from going off. Which means that what you will need is enough time to defend against the cops from his landing to his returning to them and determining that it's the engine you need. If you don't have the plate and keys, you have to wait for him to land again and get back into his helicopter. It requires a small amount of fighting, but it might be worth it to carry a big gun alongside a little bit of heavy armor if you're worried about the combat side of things. I mean, after all, you are soloing on Overkill. But the AI are surprisingly useful. I never thought I'd say that after playing Payday 1, but they know their shit. And if you keep them over by the plane or over by this log area, then they can sit back and go to town. Of course, if you're planning to empty the building and you're really worried about the combat side of this, you could bring ammo bag or medical bags as well. Load them up over here, and just make sure you do a clean sweep of the mansion. That being said, we've never tried an aggressive stealth strat of this map. Sometimes we just sprint through the bank or frame day 3 with ECMs up, kill everybody, grab the pagers, and leave. However, because of the scientists can spawn in the basement, and this is always a pro job, there's a good chance he could hear gunfire and ruin the whole project for you. So it's probably for the best if you just systematically take out the guards. Or if you're going to turn and burn and just kill everybody, make sure you've at least got the basement door open before that. From here on out, the stealthing is over. It's just a lot of waiting, as is the theme with a lot of these maps. And hanging out by that, because I happen to have the keys. So the plane makes for a really, really good cover, as it blocks most of the places they could shoot you from. If you're having a lot of trouble... Yeah, that's what I thought. If you're having a lot of trouble, I usually hang out over here. Enemies do spawn down there, but once you've taken them out, hide over by this tree. They usually go the long way around, only really coming in from over here, giving you a decent avenue. But if you have to still run to this plane, really for the best if you just hang out by it. So he should be here any second now, Bio.
Helicopter's landing. Load up the engine and hope it's the one.
Alright. So, just to prove my point, got that ECM down. Here comes the helicopter. Everybody's dead or tied down, and the alarm.
Damn it, the alarm. The whole house knows you're coming now.
Yeah, the whole house of nobody. Police response time to the middle of fucking nowhere is excellent. Probably the best ever.
All right. They'll bring it over here so we can inspect it.
So we know that that's the engine, assuming that we didn't read any of the details wrong, and oh, I've done it before. So basically we want to hang out over here, get Dallas a chance to hang out with us. They've got good accuracy and ridiculous damage given that they're normally not carrying very good guns.
We're about to get our hands full.
And you can just hang out by the plane. By the time the cops actually arrive and are ready to assault you, especially if you have 2 hostages like we do now, chances are the engine's almost back. And because we have these keys, we don't have to fight through 2 minutes of anything. We can just hang out on the plane. In fact, with the keys, you may be able to get away with just standing next to the plane and going and getting a drink. I don't, of course, suggest it, because, hey, if you do it and die, you cost yourself the map. Don't look at me. Oh, man. Damn police. Of course, first responders are, like, never heavy SWAT. So if you really just want to screw with people, I'll lay them the hell out. I don't know the actual time. You can check it for yourself on what it takes him to leave and come back. But it ain't that long. I mean, he's already there. They're inspecting the engine. I should be hearing Dr. Fantastic probably within the next 30 seconds or so. Unless, of course, I read the intel wrong. But I don't think I did. Mr. Dr. Fantastic. Anyway, ZZ is getting over to the plane. Of course, if you don't have those keys, you gotta wait for the helicopter to come back.
I hope you don't. Great work back there.
So ZZ is that.
Forget what you just saw
And I hope this helped you guys out a little bit. As usual,
and their regards.
that's the only reason I'm making these. Hoping to get a Mall Crashers one out. Maybe around the same time. Maybe a little bit later. I don't know. I'm getting pretty close to my stream time already, so it might have to wait until tomorrow. That Ergo grip, and yeah, have a good one, guys.